Welcome to my first video blog of 2013. It's a Sunday in February, and that's pretty much all I know. I wanted to talk this time about things that I want to do in 2013. I know some of you were like, Courtney, New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day, was last month. But, you know, it takes me a little while to decide what I want to do. And even longer to decide that I don't want to do them anyway. But this year, the things that I want to do, the 2013 list of things that would really be awesome to do, but I don't feel like, it's not like my bucket list, it's not like I must do this before 2013 ends. It's just like, that would be cool. The first thing I'd like to do, which I'm sure, like, is really not that big of a deal to a lot of people, is I would like to ride a horse. I've been on a pony once, but I've never ridden a horse. And every year I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it. But I don't have friends who do that. So, like, I'm not sure where to even go to ride a horse. Like, I live in Tampa, so it's not like it's hard to find. Yes, it's a city, but you're a half an hour from lots of horses. And I'm sure in Tampa proper there are horses. Anyway, the point is I'd like to ride one. And the closest I've been thus far has been merry-go-rounds. And since I'm 32, I'd like to say that hadn't happened for a while, but I have a child. I have children. So I've been on a merry-go-round in the past, I'd say, 2 months. At any rate, I always choose the horses. It's not realistic to ride like a walrus, really. Who rides a walrus? Alright. Tampa has a lot of really excellent parks, and I'd like to visit the ones with nature trails, and I'd actually like to spend the day, I guess, hiking. I mean, it's Florida, so it's flat. It's more like walking and pointing and, woo, look, it's a thing. But I'd like to do that and just have, I'm not saying I want to take a picnic basket or whatever, but I'd like to have a backpack and, like, I'd like to spend the day out and about. Because Florida, my heart is here. I love it here. I love the way Florida smells. I get homesick if I'm out of the state 2 days. And I'm talking Mobile. If I'm in Alabama, I want to come home. It's just not the same everywhere else. My son is 2.5. I would love this year. And it would be crazy if we didn't, because he'll be 3 in October. I would love to have him potty trained. He's kind of making me crazy, because I've been trying to have him sit on the toilet, and he's just like, no potty. He's angrily not pottying, and before he was kicking the toilet, which now he's not doing that, but now he'll sit on it every once in a while, and he'll be like, potty? And he'll look like he's ready to go, and he's like, all done, and just kind of like wander off. Working on that. I really would like this year to write more letters. I really feel like sometimes it's hard for me to communicate face-to-face. And sometimes, in some cases I have relatives who are, they just can't call me. So I'd like to write more letters and let those people know how important they are to me. Because you just get face-to-face. It's like, you lock up. And it's like, I don't understand why that happens, because I'm an adult. I own my feelings. It's just, I can't get them out all the time. I'd like to experiment with knitting, which you're not 100 years old, but there's a lady at work, and she says that she will show me how to do it, and I think that would be awesome. One day I will be old and probably alone and covered with cats, and when that happens, I'd like to have a hobby that doesn't include removing fleas from things. So, knitting It's preparation for the future. I want to attend more events that I'm invited to. I get invited to a lot of stuff, but I don't go because I just, would rather be at home. And I know that sounds really dumb because a lot of people are like, party, but, I'm kind of a very social loner. I really like being alone, and I like hanging out in my house, and I love it here. I've made it a place where it's my fort, it's my cave, it's my fortress, it's where I want to be. My stuff's here, and it's very comfortable. But it's important for me to leave the cave, otherwise I'm going to be a real hobbit and get hairy feet. And that would be awful. Certainly not a way to pick up men. I mean, not that I'm trying to do that, but I would like to bake new things, and by new things I mean pie crust. It has eluded me so far because I have hot hands, and I touch it, and it melts, and it doesn't, and I live in Florida, and Florida is not a great place for pastry, in my opinion, because it's so humid, and I have to master it. I have to. I love pie. I would like to take another college class. I really think I think everybody should take college classes. I have become a much better person because I took classes that I didn't think I would like. I didn't think I'd enjoy them because I didn't know anything about them. And I feel like I'm a much better person for it. I've explored new avenues, and I've found things about myself that I didn't even know. And finally, the last thing I'd like to do this year, and it's a struggle, and I'm sure many of you understand, I want to be nicer to my mom. Because she makes me crazy. She does. And I am positive that I make her crazy. And it's not that you just know each other so well that you know the buttons to push. And it's not even really that you want to. It's just a habit. You're just used to making each other nuts all the time. And, today she was just like, I'm always left out in the cold. You always, just we live in Florida. You're never left out in the cold. I mean, right now is possibly the only time this year I could possibly leave her out in the cold. It's hot. But the point is, she makes me crazy. But I love her. And I want her to know I love her. And I want her to know that I do respect her. Even if I disagree with, a lot of things she believes in. And, that's okay. We don't have to be the same person. I want to be nicer to her. Even if it kills me. And when my daughter is my age, hopefully she will not be, telepathically communicating to the internet that she would like to be nicer to me, because hopefully we will have a much better relationship because I've shown her that we don't have to be crazy around our parents. So that's it. I'm sure there's lots of other stuff I'd like to do this year. But that's the big stuff. I'm aiming low. It's last year sucked. Last year was not fabulous. Last year, I moved out of my husband's house, and we're getting divorced, and and I would like this year to not suck. 2013, the year that didn't suck. That's what I'm shooting for. Until we meet again, guys, talk to you soon.